fuck off! Goodness me. Hi, I'm Loopy Gem and welcome to my Loopy Land. So, guess what? I did my first time acting! Woo! So recently I've actually acted in 2 theatre shows. The first show I did was a few months ago and it was called Betrayal. The part I had to act in it was an Italian waiter. As you might have seen from my last video, I tried to dye my hair. I feel like the hair dye didn't really do that much, and I can't actually tell if my hair is still dyed or not. My hair has grown quite a lot since then. Is it dyed? Is it not dyed? You tell me, I have no clue. I don't know if this is my natural hair colour or not. Funny thing about this is that I actually really wanted to be the Italian waiter. Like when the auditions were going on, I did consider auditioning as the Italian waiter, but I didn't do it because I thought they might be a bit iffy about it because, you know, I'm female and they needed a male waiter. So I didn't go for it, even though I really wanted that part. And then I ended up doing that, so it worked out all good. I had a few lines, it was quite nice as like a first show.
No, just melon.
I'll have prosciutto and maloney, fried scampi and spinach. And welcome Corvo Bianco straight away.
Venice, beautiful, the most beautiful place of Italy. You see that beautiful on the wall? It's Venice.
So it is.
You know what is not up in Venice?
No.
Traffic.
The second show I did was a show called Lysistrata, The Sex Strike. And as my first show, it was such a weird and funny show to do. I'm so glad that was my first acting experience. The things I had to do in this show was
Hecate, patroness of childbirth, stay my infants coming till I reach my own bed. Oh, Lysistrata, my baby has decided to come. My pains are coming regularly. I'll have to get home. Got a problem, Lysistrata?
Bless you, darling. But I think now the women are in control. You can have your jolly baby here.
What? Without a midwife? Lysistrata, do you want to kill me?
Who needs a midwife? I have my 5 in the farmhouse in the mountains while my husband cowered in the kitchen. We'll be your midwives. Legs apart, dear. Hold my hand when the pain gets bad. Here, come on, the lady now. Give us a little push. I think you're peddling boots, you awful cheat.
Well, the idea was to use the bowl to carry the baby in if I did ever get pregnant.
Oh, well.
But yeah, so with Lysistrata, I actually auditioned for this show, and the character I wanted to play was called Kaliki, and they were, like, in the script it describes them as quite a shy, nervous character, and I was like, oh, you know, it suits me perfectly, I don't need to act. And then unfortunately I didn't get that part. I got the part of a character called Praxagora. I am so glad that I was Praxagora now. I feel like at first I thought that character didn't really suit me very well, but I think it actually suits me a lot better than if I were Kaliki. I am actually really sad that I had to give my bowl baby back. I am actually really sad that I had to give my bowl baby back. I love my little bowl baby. In Lysistrata, I had some beautiful lines. Truly beautiful lines.
Even a modest 8-inch tip a requisition for war materials.
I never expected I'd be saying these kind of lines in public. Like, I don't really talk about this kind of stuff, and so the fact I had to do that in front of people was a bit like, So now I want to talk about the differences I noticed between the two shows. With Betrayal, I was like kind of nervous about going on stage. It wasn't like too bad. When I got on stage that first night, I was shaking so bad. Like, I thought everyone could see it. Like, it was horrendous. Like, I felt like I couldn't control my body. I was just like, yeah. And I was like, oh, this is so awkward. But I did it. It went fine. On one of the nights, I did forget one of my lines. Because I have a bottle of wine and I have to pour it. And I meant to say Corvo Bianco before I pour it. And I just completely forgot to say that. And so I just started pouring the wine. But that wasn't too, like, I didn't really care too much about that. So on one of the nights, one of the actors on stage forgot his line, which then kind of messed it up for me. And I started freaking out because I was like, did I not hear him say it? Has he said it? And I was like, oh, what do I do? Like, do I go on stage? Do I stay off stage? I literally was stood there with like 1 foot half on stage, like, should I go? Should I not go? And then the scene ended and I just stood there and I was just like, what just happened? Like, did I mess up? What happened? What's going on? It just completely threw me off. And because I was stage manager, I was meant to be doing like scene changes and stuff. And so because I'd like missed that part, I completely forgot that I had to go and change the set on the other side of the stage. So once I snapped back to reality, I ran down the side of the stage, onto the stage, did what I needed to do, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, that was probably the most stressful thing, was just that. Like, I had no clue what was going on, I didn't know what to do. Whew! So with Lysistrata, I had a bit of a different experience, and it's actually quite surprising. My anxiety started to play up like a couple weeks before the show, and this caused me to struggle to sleep. I was struggling to eat. I felt hungry, but I felt like I couldn't eat it, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted to eat food, but I just felt kind of sicky and ugh. And it was actually quite concerning because I did actually lose some weight, and that's not good. I can confirm that my eating habits are back to normal and I've put that weight back on, so I'm all good. Don't worry about me. The main difference with Lysistrata and Betrayal is that the first night when I went on stage, I did not feel nervous. It was such a weird experience. Like, with Betrayal, when I first went on, I was so shaky and like, ugh. But Lysistrata, everything just felt kind of natural, I guess. Like, I was just like, yeah, let's do this. I loved doing Lysistrata. It was such a good show. It was so fun. Everyone was so lovely. I was expecting to be really nervous, like way more nervous than I was when I did Betrayal. But I didn't feel anything really. Like, I just kind of got on, did my stuff, you know, it was all good. Like, something I did before the shows with Lysistrata was that I would go and sit on the floor and close my eyes. Like, it's actually kind of weird. Like, I'm guessing people must have been like judging me. But I would like sit there, close my eyes, and just listen to what was going on. Like, not think about my lines, not think about anything really, just listening, like being in the present, I guess. And also I was having a nap at the same time, because I didn't want to like yawn on stage or anything, so I was just sat there, half sleeping, half awake before the show. But yeah, it was just really nice to sit there and just listen, I guess. And my main kind of reason for this was that I was trying to control my adrenaline, because if I get a lot of adrenaline, that can lead to a fight or flight response. Most of the time, my adrenaline rushes are usually the flight response, which is where I need to get out of the situation, run away, I'll end up crying and stuff. Panic attacks, basically. So, I think if I was kind of worrying about the show and like going over my lines and stuff, I think that would have created an adrenaline rush. I was quite worried about crying before the show, because when I get panicky and stuff, I tend to cry. And so I would sit on the floor to try and control my adrenaline to make sure that I didn't cry. So I was kind of just sat there, not thinking. I was trying not to think, because if I started thinking about things, I would overthink, and then that would probably create an adrenaline rush and make me panicky and stuff. So I just sat there and got rid of everything that was in my mind, just nothingness. Lysistrata went so good though. I was so happy with how it turned out. And it was really cool as well, because on one of the nights, I heard someone come in and I heard them say Gemma, and I was like, oh, they said my name. Is it me they're talking about? And I was like, okay. And then a little while later, one of the actors came up to me and he was like, oh, you have like a little fan group out there. They're here to see you. And I was like, wait, what? Because I hadn't been told that anyone I knew was coming to watch me that night. And so I was like, who's here? Like, did they have the right person? What's going on? And then it turns out that it was my friend from sixth form. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, that she had turned up to come and see me in a show. Like, that was just so awesome. That made me so happy. Like, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! This is a horrendous video.